contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the NXT North American Championship! Introducing the challenger from Tala, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds, Dragon Lee! And his opponent, representing the Judgment Day, he is the NXT North American Champion, Dominic Mysterio!
This is an interesting matchup tonight. Of course, Dominic Mysterio, a third-generation superstar. His father, the Hall of Famer, the current United States champion, Rey Mysterio. On the other side of the ring, Dragon Lee, a second-generation superstar. His dad in Mexico known as La Bestia del Ring. And Dragon Lee looks to make his family proud, trying to win the North American Championship tonight. This is a very prestigious title in NXT, Wade. It's been held by the likes of Ricochet, Damian Priest, Bronson Reed, Carmelo Hayes, who's the current NXT champion, Solo Sikoa, Wesley, among others, during the history of that title.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Fantastic legacy for the NXT North American Championship. The winners almost always go on to huge things on Raw and SmackDown. And its current holder, Dominic Mysterio, is as good as any.
Dragon Lee with the shoulder tackle. Now Dominic with a leapfrog, and Dragon Lee able to fly through. Dominic a bit surprised by the agility there. And Lee, who delivers the head scissors to Dominic outside the ring. And now you're going to see the high-flying lucha star, Dragon Lee.
Building up an early head of steam here. Trust me, Dominic Mysterio knows all about this guy, but there's simply nothing you can do with this
covered by Lee for the title, and a kick out by Dominic Mysterio. Now, what's got to irk Dominic in this matchup as well is the fact that Dominic's dad, Rey Mysterio, called Dragon Lee the future of Lucha Libre. And look at Dominic now, half crab.
Yeah, you know what? That would normally be a compliment, Cole, but we all know it's a veiled shot at his own flesh and blood, his own son, who is the true future of Lucha Libre, Dominic Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio, that is, was an idol of Dragon Lee. When Dragon Lee first got into the business. In fact, Dragon Lee carries a Rey Mysterio mask in his bag. Oh my! DDT by Dominic, who has taken over. Can Lee get back into this match for the North American title? I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I have been extremely impressed with the North American champion Dominic Mysterio in this match tonight against Dragon Lee. Lee's in trouble. Dominic Mysterio going to head up to the top rope and try to put Dragon Lee away.
Yeah, the modern day Eddie Guerrero.
Well, that's what he likes to think of himself as, but you can hear the response from the sold-out crowd here tonight.
Rhea's Latino heat.
And a frog splash, but Dragon Lee got the knees up and now an opportunity. And this is what happened before the commercial break. Dominic Mysterio delivering this wicked DDT. Boom! And then how about the wise and shrewd Mysterio and what he does to Lee here?
Yeah, tying up Dragon Lee's mask, lucha mask to the bottom rope, and then stomping the hell out of the young Mexican superstar. There's a reason Dominic Mysterio is smart enough to not wear a lucha mask, not just because he doesn't want to represent his own father, deadbeat dad.
Well, he also doesn't respect the tradition of the lucha mask, but that's a story for another day.
The guy who makes his own traditions.
Dragon Lee now starting to build some momentum. Dominic from behind into the corner, sent up over there. Oh! Kick right into the midsection by Dragon Lee. Dominic is stunned now.
Dominic trying his best to block that, simply didn't work. This lucha is too damn quick.
That was wild. The video game-like maneuver of Dragon Lee. You'd see that in 2K. And here comes Lee now. Oh, right to the face of Dominic. That running drop kick. We may have a new North American champion. Lee, cover, hook of the leg. Is it enough? Oh, and a 2.5. Dominic got his shoulder up.
So close. The young man from the small town of Tala, Jalisco, Mexico was about to put that small town on the map right there if he could have prized the NXT North American Championship away from the holder, Dom.
Yeah, almost a look of fear in the face of Dominic Mysterio, realizing his title reign could be close to ending here. Dominic, though, able to switch gears and able to pop out of that. And now Dragon Lee That reverse German, a kick, super kick by Mysterio. Lee follows it up with a flash knee. Dominic, wow, Michinoku driver for the win and to retain, and a kick out by Dragon Lee. Incredible match for the North American Championship of NXT.
And Dominic Mysterio continues to prove the doubters wrong. And the haters like Michael Cole, this must grind your gears that this kid is everything he said he ever was.
Well, I'll admit it, Dominic put on a hell of a performance tonight. But now about to steal one out of his dad's playbook. Looking for the 6'9", Dragon Lee able to duck underneath. And now Lee with a running knee. Cover to win the championship here on Raw. Mysterio survives.
This Dragon Lee is just so well-rounded. High-flying moves and brawling. This kid has got it all.
This is just some of the action you'll see on NXT Tuesday nights right here on USA. Of course, NXT with No Mercy. Their premium live event is coming Saturday night on Peacock at 8 o'clock, 5 Pacific. Where Carmelo Hayes defends the NXT Championship against Ilya Dragunov, and that's going to be one hell of a match, as this one is here tonight. Oh, and Dominic. And now Dominic set out to the apron. Fast-paced matchup. Dragon Lee. Oh my goodness, Hurricane Rana sends Dominic flying to the floor.
With all the momentum now, Dragon Lee, this is your moment.
Dragon Lee looking to put Dominic away. Powerbomb, cover for the win. Almost had him.
Just a millisecond away from a new NXT North American champion here. Incredible high-flying maneuvers here. And watch the head of Dominic Mysterio bounce off the mat from this Dragon Bomb. How the hell Dominic Mysterio kicked out of that? I will never know. That is a true champion, Michael Cole.
But if Dragon Lee hits this, Dominic Mysterio may not kick out of anything. But Dominic Mysterio drops Dragon Lee now on the top rope. This is awesome, champs. Fill the arena here tonight, the Toyota Arena, just outside of Los Angeles. Sold out. Dragon Lee's got Mysterio where he wants him. Oh! Down goes Mysterio. Dragon Lee could be closing in on his first championship in WWE. Dominic sends Lee. Oh, caught him up on the top rope.
Attempting that reverse spinning DDT. He's put everyone away in NXT with that.
And now Dominic with a frog splash. Here's the cover. Mysterio retains in a hell of a match.
Here is your winner, and still the NXT North American Champion, Dominic Mysterio!
Dragon Lee came to play tonight, but Dominic Mysterio just had a little bit more in the end.
Wow, what a matchup. This double stomp is where everything started going the way of the challenger. But in the blink of an eye, Dirty Dominic Mysterio turned this matchup on its head, ending this with style, 5-star frog splash, and still Michael Cole, still NXT North American champion after an absolute bomb burner.
I'll tell you one thing, Wade, I can't stand that kid. I think he completely disrespected his father. He completely disrespected his family.
Rondo of WWE y no se lo olviden.
He leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but I have to admit, Dominic Mysterio with a hell of a title defense here tonight.